The Tempe History Museum is a community history museum, and what that means is we tell the stories of the people within this community. And it's a pretty exciting community. It always has been, from the ancient times of the Hohokam that built canals and made this into a livable agricultural area, to the modern people that are here from all over the world. Tempe's kind of a cool place to live. It's got a little bit of different personality. And I think a lot of that is the people from around the world that end up living here, the diversity that ends up being reflected right in our museum. The Tempe History Museum mixes in a little bit of science museums for interactivity, and we went out on a limb and mixed in children's museums kind of concepts. We have a whole section just for kids. And what they do is it's kind of subliminal. It's like, what did kids use to play with in the past? So we have old radios, old antique toys for them to play with, an antique truck to crawl around on. It's all about flexibility and openness, so you can kind of see from one place to another. We're not dictating a traffic pattern through here. We're saying, here's our 4 major themes, here's our kids area, here's our changing exhibit, but please wander around and look at the stuff that you're interested in. A lot of history museums are kind of on a chronological order, like this happened then, so we'll talk about that first, this happened then, and you get up to what's happening now. We put together an interpretive framework, and we have subject matters and areas within the museum exhibit hall. The first one is surviving in the desert. What's it like, and what was it like to live here in the Sonoran Desert? So it talks about the Hohokam and the first settlers here, both Anglo and Hispanic folks. And what was the technology that they had to combat the fierce summers that we have? And what was interesting about it? Why did they settle here? And it's all about bringing water with the sun and doing agriculture and making a living. The whole story of ASU and its impact on Tempe and the relationship both with the city of Tempe, we wrap that up into a section of our exhibit hall called College Town. And that's a really good fitting name for it, because we are a college town where the college works with the city and the city works with the college. The next section in our museum is called Building Our Community, and it's probably the most traditional area. It actually has a chronological kind of story, so you start way back with the Hispanic population that first came here, and the first Anglos that came here, and then how they built this city. The first fire truck is here on display. That's one of our best and neatest objects. People love it, I love it. The story of Mill Avenue, the story of the upside down pyramid City Hall. So there's those cool little stories about Tempe that are in the Building Our Community section. We're probably most proud of our section on the Living Together section. And it celebrates all the different people that were here, are here, and can be here. So the Living Together section is kind of like, what is Tempe? What are the problems we've had together, living together? And what is the future? Where are we at now? How are we living together? How are we using that diversity to create a better community? We have a small museum store, and it features books from the area. It features things for kids, since we have a dedicated kids area, especially a great place for holiday shopping and or birthdays. The Tempe History Museum is right on the corner of Rural and Southern, 809 East Southern, southwest corner. It's real convenient to the US 60.